On a night where we remember our Creighton Prep seniors, we welcome you to the Hyder Center for our matchup tonight between Rockhurst and Creighton Prep. Alongside Jack Coholt, I'm Emery Evans. Tonight is senior night, a very important night for these seniors. Maybe not a packed house, but this game still means a lot to them, as this is the last time they play together as a unit on this court right here in the Hyder Center.
Well, not for sure. We don't know, obviously, with districts being seeded. If Creighton Prep does win out and doesn't drop anything, knock on wood, they'll host. They'll probably be a top 4 seed, top 5 seed. But tonight's all about the seniors, you know, playing in their final home game of the regular season. And, you know, I've had a senior night. It's really special. It's nice to see everybody get minutes on the floor. So it's going to be a really fun night.
Absolutely. Our presentations will be here shortly. But to start off, we will look at our Nebraska top 10 in Class A. 1 through 5 has been about the same, besides Lincoln East in the top 5 over West Side. Obviously, Bellevue West right now undefeated. They are lone at the top of the mountain. You got Gretna 2, Creighton Prep at number 3, Miller North number 4, Lincoln East 5, West Side 6, and then a couple Lincoln teams. You got 3 Lincoln teams outside in the top 10 with Lincoln Southeast, Elkhorn South, Lincoln Pius the 10th, and North Star. Anything you got to say about this top 10?
I mean, obviously, you know, last night, if you were on Instagram and you follow Nebraska high school hoops at all, Gretna and Miller North played last night. Oh, it went to overtime. Elijah Gaith called game, step back 3. I watched the clip. Great environment. That's probably a state matchup for sure. Those two teams have offensive and defensive weapons. All around great game. Obviously, Miller North kind of getting hot down the stretch. You know, they dropped a couple in the middle, one to Prep and then one to getting smoked by Westside at home. But no, it's been kind of back and forth for each team in this top 5.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, like we said, Bellevue West, I think they're 18-0, 19-0, best team in the state by far. So you said this earlier. It might be a race for second place, but who knows? Anything can happen in basketball. Now, Creighton Prep, they played a game last night against Omaha Benson. They won 40-76. They led 34-21 at half and then kind of pulled away in the second half. They're 10-3 in the year of 2023. That's a big turnaround with Creighton Prep. They lost, the first 3 out of their 4 or 5 games. So big turnaround for Creighton Prep.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they dropped a lot here at home early, and it kind of brought down the team's morale. Like, they didn't know if they could have done this. And then they got to the holiday tournament, and that's what the season flipped on its head. Going into the new year, knocking off Miller North and Gretna back-to-back nights, that environment was crazy. And that's what Coach Lukey has said in interviews. You know, that's when their season finally was like, okay, you know what, we can do this. We can be the team that goes and gets to the state final, state semifinal. We can do this, and they just needed that win to believe.
Absolutely. And then, like we said earlier, night to remember our seniors. 3 of those seniors were juniors last year, and then adding 2 more in Langston Palmer and Jonan Clausen. Then obviously PJ Newbill, Joey Rischel, starters from last year and starters over on this year. And then Ed Hubner, as we will get our presentation for our seniors.
Next, number 5, Joey Rischel. Joey's the son of Mickey and Kenneth Rischel. Next, number 15, Jonan Clausen. Jonan is the son of Kristen and Kurt Clausen. And our 5th senior, number 21, Langston Palmer. Langston is the son of Alyssa and Lamont Palmer. All right, one more big round of applause. Thank you, Eddie, PJ, Joey, John, and Langston. Ladies, at this time, we ask you to please rise for playing the national anthem by the great prep band under the direction of Mr. Paul Ketchin.
We welcome you back to the Hyder Center, where once again we remember our Creighton Prep seniors. Now we talked about Creighton Prep. Let's talk about Rockhurst a little bit. Not really familiar with this team, although they are 7-11, and they're from Kansas City, Missouri. But we do know that they're going to come in here. They're going to try to spoil the senior night for Creighton Prep.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because for them over in Missouri, this game doesn't count, right? Because just based on high school rules. But for Prep, this does count. So Prep's got to come out and they do have to win. Like, they have to play like it's a legitimate game. Rockhurst, you know, in the past they've kind of taken it as an exhibition game, beating Prep last year in Missouri. But yeah, I mean, we don't really have much information on them. They don't really keep track of their stuff. But I'm really interested to see them come out and like how they manipulate the Junior J's offense, kind of limit Joey Rischel's 3-ball and Carson Jones' 3-ball, and limit PJ off the dribble.
Definitely, they are going to be familiar with Creighton Prep. They know shooting. They played them before. Creighton Prep leads the series, 9-6 since 2005. So we will see what Rockhurst does tonight as Creighton Prep will get into their starting five. It's Dylan Clausen, PJ Newbill, Joey Rischel, Carson Jones, and once again, Emmett Knight. That is your Creighton Prep starting five. That's been the starting five really all year long. We saw Torrin Brown, the freshman, make his first career start on varsity, which is absolutely incredible to say for a freshman starting for Coach Lukey's team. So big congratulations to him.
First time since 2012.
Yeah, that's a big record or stat to break right there. So, and for Rockhurst, it looks like you got Braden Lamley, and then Miles Carson. I'm trying to look it up here. Thomas Coppinger. And as soon as the players turn, so I can see their numbers, you got Hayden Spockman, and can't see the other one right there. We don't have the starting list up here, so I'm just going off eyes right now. So
they match up pretty well height-wise, though. Rockhurst kind of taking the height advantage.
Emmett Knight in Creighton Prep controls the tip. He will dribble it up the floor for the Junior Jays.
Obviously, Rockhurst kind of going with the man defense here. Straight up face guarding at the top of the key.
Clausen on his tippy toes. Had to throw that one away in an early turnover for Creighton Prep. And now dribbling up the floor is Spockman. Their leading scorer, averaging 12 points a game, Hayden Spockman. We'll see what he does tonight and how Prep will try to eliminate him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Rockhurst coming out and they're trying to pressure Prep as much as they can. Obviously face guarding everybody at the top of the key and outside the perimeter. Usually, that can result in a back cut.
And down on the block is Spockman with a little footwork on Emmett Knight and gets the first points of the game for Rockhurst.
Yeah, we saw in the Westside game Westside took advantage with their guards of getting Emmett Knight and those guards down to the post and working those post moves on him.
Speaking of Knight, he kicks it to Jones. That one hits the top of the scoreboard, but it's rebounded, controlled by Rockhurst. Now pushing in transition. Carson dribbles it, Spockman in the corner, down on the block with great steal, great hands by Clausen. And now Carson Jones will control the ball for Prep. Prep moving the ball around. Rischel. Clausen on the wing, shot fake, he'll drive, bumps with the contact, and the bucket. Dylan Clausen, first points of the game for Creighton Prep.
Yeah, that's a good way to kind of use that guy's momentum against him. You know, Dylan Clausen saw kind of full head of steam running at him, tried to contest that three ball, and obviously Clausen pump fake got right by him.
Dylan Clausen, 6'6". He really started off well in the beginning of the year, kind of slowed down a little bit, but now he starts with the first points of the game for Prep. Now on the wing. Carson trying to back down Jones. Rockhurst up top. Rischel on defense. Easy layup. Great move. No, but he misses it. Rebounded by Knight. He put a nice move on Rischel, just couldn't get the bucket to fall.
Yeah, Creighton Prep's really got a really good post defense, and a lot of people don't really talk about it.
Clausen no good. That one a little short. And now on the other end.
Yeah, Prep's block defense, paint defense has been really good all year.
And here's PJ Newbill, breakaway. Woo, what a finish by him.
Dunk.
Both of us stopping in silent as PJ Newbill jumped in the easy transition layup for him. I thought it was going to be a dunk.
Thought we were going to get like a 360. I saw him 360 in and East Bang in warm-up, so I didn't know what we were going to get.
Down on the block, it's Spockman. Emmett Knight on him again. On the right block this time, trying to spin. Great help defense by Clausen. I believe that goes off of him, and it does. Great help defense. Dylan Clausen and Emmett Knight. And that's a turnover for Rockhurst.
You're going to see Creighton Prep when they get in those block situations where guards and centers are down on the block. They're going to have someone kind of come down and in the blind spot and kind of poke the ball loose, and you still get back on defense for that back cut.
Now PJ Newbill, Rischel tightly guarded. That's how we're going to see him guarded all night. Clausen, top of the key, looking for something. He'll find Newbill on the wing. Newbill guarded by Carson. Clausen. A little bit of contact and off the foot of Clausen, so there's another Prep turnover as a sub. Looks like that's number 10, Brady Maher, will check in.
If you're watching this game, I say it a lot, you're not really tuned into the Creighton. Creighton's hosting UConn today at CHI, thus the lackluster student section and crowd here in attendance for senior night.
Saturday game.
3 o'clock Saturday game. Creighton is up 3. 30 seconds left, heading to the line to make it a 5-point game. So
we'll keep you updated on that score as we set you back here, and that's off the hands of Carson and a turnover.
That's been kind of, I feel like there's like the ball's got like grease on it or something.
Yeah.
People haven't been really able to kind of control the ball, really. They kind of been throwing it around and not really keeping it protected and tight to their chests.
2 turnovers already early on for both teams in the first couple minutes of the game. And now Rischel, nice fake. Gets a double team, trying to trap in the corner, and they do, and a steal. Great trap in the corner on Rischel, and now Rockhurst in transition. Driving on Jones, no good. Clausen rebounds, Prep looks to control. Rischel almost walked, keeps his pivot, no good. Rebounded by Coppinger.
Some craziness just happened at CHI. UConn ties the game with a 3. 2 seconds left. Sorry, I'm like.
Might be an overtime game. We'll
maybe an overtime game. Creighton does have a chance, though.
Unless something happens.
Our computer guy just told me that it's a 2-point basket for UConn.
Instead of a 3, which would give Creighton the lead still, as here, no good. Rischel pushing in transition.
Oh.
He'll back out.
Sorry, his toe is on the line. Sorry. I'm a huge Creighton fan, so it's tough for me to focus on this game, but I'll try.
Newbill with contact and an offensive foul. That's a charge Great job right there. That's Brady Maher on the block, forcing Newbill with the foul as he tried to get the finish. I believe the computer guy is cheering, so it must be good for Creighton. As Trinell Parker will check in for PJ Newbill, who picks up the early foul.
Yeah, this duo kind of guarding the basket for Prep. Trinell Parker, the rising sophomore, kind of that presence down low for them, and then Dylan Clausen. It's been really not a good matchup for teams because they can't really match the height and their wingspan's so long.
Length, absolutely.
And it's hard for teams to go for those layups because Trinell probably is top 5 and Dylan top 5 in the state in blocks this year.
Yeah, this team averages about 6 blocks per game, most of those being Parker and Clausen. Now on the wing, and that is another turnover. 3 turnovers in the first couple minutes of the game for both teams. Just kind of sloppiness. We'll see if the teams can get rid of that. Emmett Knight will dribble it up. Trying to get some open space here. He'll look for something. Got to get to the ball. Knight, great bounce pass to Parker on the block. And almost a steal, but that one goes off the hands of Luke Johnson. So it will stay here for Creighton Prep.
Yeah, it's got to be. There's got to be something on the ball. There's got to be.
Hands might be a little sweaty or something.
Hands are a little sweaty. It's like that high school game that ended in that score 4-2.
It is 4-2 with 2:57 in the first quarter. So not a very offensive game. Rockhurst has more turnovers than points so far, as almost another turnover right there. Still 4-2. Maybe more people are caring about the Creighton game now that nothing's really going on here, but it'll stay here. Jones will inbounds it. He'll give it to Knight. And now Rischel. Tightly guarded. That's Luke Johnson on him. He'll pump fake. He'll drive. He'll kick. Clausen had to check his feet. Rischel. Shot fake. Corner 3. No good. And that a tip. Almost in. Emmett Knight with the tip. And now bringing up the floor, Spockman. He'll kick out. On the wing. Spockman again. Rockhurst just moving the ball. Try to get something.
Yeah, both teams kind of on a little bit of a scoring drought. Nobody's really found anything since 5 minutes left in this quarter.
Now on the wing is Scott. Guarded by Knight. Carson, 3, with Clausen in his face, and a rebound by Trinell Parker.
Yeah, that's a great rebound by Trinell. I mean, he's kind of that presence in the paint for the Junior Jays, and he's not really a back to the basket guy. He's more of, that screen and that roll alley-oop. He's going to be really good when he's a junior senior.
It's Trinell Parker with a little shot over the defense, but no good. Still 4-2 as we reach under 2 minutes, and there's another steal. Dylan Clausen, active hands. That's 2 steals for him. Rischel will cut. He'll drive and gets the layup to go.
Yeah, that's great awareness by Clausen. It was kind of looking like he was going to go to Trinell, and Trinell was kind of like, I don't really want the rock, and he found just Joey on the cut.
On the block is Spockman. Carson, pump fake, drive on Clausen. With contact, got it to go. Miles Carson gets the bucket there. So maybe some scoring will happen here. 6-4 with 1:22 left in the first. And that almost another turnover for Prep.
Yeah.
There it is, 4-on-5 now. Clausen will fake, and an easy finish for him.
Rockhurst is playing really aggressive. They're trying to jump those passing lanes, and they've really not found anything. They've been more consistent stealing with, back to the basket, help defense.
Emmett Knight playing tough defense right now. On Johnson. Johnson will kick. A deep 3. Ooh, it's in. That's number 10, Brady Maher with the deep 3. The first 3-pointer of the game, I believe.
Yeah.
So an 8-7, slow first quarter. A lot of turnovers for both teams. Knight will drive. Jones, shot fake. Kicks it. Another kick. Rischel corner. No good.
Yeah, Joey really hasn't been able to find that 3-ball shot. We've seen him hit deep threes and stuff from the logo, but he hasn't really defined it. But we do know once he finds that first one, here comes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Absolutely. It's been tough defense on him, as it will all game and as it's been all season on Joey Rischel. Number 7 in the state in 3-pointers made. As Rockhurst, 4 seconds left, looking for a shot. Carson got it. He'll kick. At the buzzer. Oh, it's in. What a shot. Brady Maher. Back-to-back threes. Rockhurst will take a 10-8 lead going into the second quarter. So that one kind of slow offensively for both teams, but they kind of picked it up the last 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah,
the quarter.
I'm looking at the prep bench. I think they're going to go with the substitution. I think they're going to kind of go with defensive superstar in the last couple of games, Langston Palmer. He's sitting down on the bench. That's why I know he's going to check in. But he's been that presence. We kind of saw it against Southeast where Prep didn't have an answer defensively. They were trading buckets, and they needed to get stops because if they were down by 8 and 10 at some points in the game, they needed to get stops because obviously the name of the game is to have more points than the other team.
Yeah.
And Langston kind of came in, got Dak in really bad foul trouble in the late third quarter, early fourth quarter. He had to sit most of that time.
Which is big because he's their big star, and he was out in crunch time when they needed him most. And Langston Palmer, we said this, he might not show up a lot on the stat sheet, but he can still impact the game better than anyone else on this prep team. Offensively and defensively, too, he can do his thing.
Yeah, he's the Patrick Beverly without the Patrick Beverly temper, if that makes sense.
Without the anger issues that Patrick Beverly has. That's Langston Palmer.
Yeah.
As he will check in alongside with freshman Torrin Brown, who, like we said earlier, got his first start as a freshman since 2012, starting on Coach Lukey's team. He will check in.
Both these teams, Jesuit schools, kind of the Jesuit rivalry.
Yeah.
They, it's only really play each other basketball, baseball too. No football. Yeah.
As you said, both Jesuit schools. That's why we are playing a team from Kansas City, not just a random matchup. As Luke Johnson will start with the ball, Torrin Brown on defense. And now on the wing is Lamley. Trying to break away, and that's that tight defense by Langston Palmer. Sticking with him, hounding the ball, Langston Palmer.
Yeah, that's what you get when Langston guards you. I hate when he's guarding me in pickup, but
well, I don't think anyone needs to guard you in pickup, Jack.
Okay.
Now on the block is Spockman. That goes off of him, and a turnover.
That was foul. That was foul.
There's a reason you don't play basketball anymore, Jack.
It's because I'm tiny.
Okay. Well, I'm about the same height as you. But anyway.
Well, you can shoot the rock.
Okay. Torrin Brown is about our height, too, and you see him on varsity. And he almost a steal.
Shifty, though.
He is
Torrin is very shifty.
He's a terrific point guard. He's got great basketball IQ, too. He sees the floor. As Computer Guy holds up a W, symbolizing that Creighton won. A big win for Creighton as it reaches tournament time.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk a little college hoops later if this game kind of gets away. I don't know if it will.
It's been tight so far. As Newbill will drive with the finish, with contact, no good. Fans looking for a foul, but they won't get it. And now in transition, that's not Carson, that's Humphrey with Joey Riechel on him. Humphrey getting some minutes. And now Coppinger up top, driving. That's Maher. In the corner is Spockman. Newbill on him.
Yeah, Prep playing really tight defense, on-ball defense, and kind of fighting over screens, not switching.
5 seconds left on the shot clock. They got to get a shot. Tight defense by Prep. Kick, corner for three. Oh, in and out. That would have been his third three, but they get the offensive rebound. Shot clock will reset. And they'll take it up top again. There's his shot. No good. Front of the rim, Maher. And Riechel on the other end. Maher on defense. Foul. No good. So Riechel at the line will shoot 2 free throws as a chance to tie this game.
Yeah, it looked like PJ Newbill slipped on his end of the court, kind of the awkward pass. I mean, Joey kind of had to slow it down, kind of get it off the bounce off the floor. But, this place would have gone a little as crazy as it could have if Joey had converted the N1.
With about 15 students in the birdcage, Riechel got his first one to go. So Prep now down 1 as Cooper Scott will check in for Brady Maher, who hit a couple threes in the end of the first quarter 3. He will take a seat. Great shooting by him. And now Riechel with a chance to tie the game in the second quarter. It's in. 10-10. We'll see what Prep can do on defense. Maybe get a stop and then take the lead. Lamley looking on the block. It's Coppinger. Almost a steal. There's Riechel with the steal. Prep can take the lead here in transition. Riechel fouled, and he hits the ground pretty hard, so he will go back to the line.
Yeah, you could hear it all the way up here. I thought, obviously, player's health comes first. I was hoping he was okay. We heard that. We got headphones on, and that sounded pretty
especially on this
Pretty rough
hardwood,
fall.
so you got to be careful.
Mhm.
As that foul is on Brandon Lamley. Rischel with a chance for Prep to take the lead. And no. So checking in will be Cohen Robinson. He will check in for Cooper Scott. And another sub will be Luke Johnson checking in for Hayden Spockman. Kind of a slow game so far in this first half.
Yeah, it looks like this Rockhurst team, they match up pretty well. Prep goes to, 3-4 guys on the bench, depending on the situation. And so does kind of Rockhurst. I'm looking at guys still with their warm-ups on. Rockhurst kind of kept their guys in, stayed with their starting 5, not really switched anything up.
And now at top on the wing is Johnson, guarded by Torrin Brown, trying to steal it. Great defense by Torrin Brown as Johnson picks up his dribble, looking for help. He'll get the ball right back.
Yeah, these guards are playing aggressive on both sides on both courts. Rockhurst guards playing really well, face guarding, and so is Prep.
And now it's Humphrey. He's got PJ Newble on him. Lamley, elbow jumper. That one, a weird-looking shot, but a shot clock violation. Great defense by Creighton Prep right there. Kind of had to force that shot. Great defense by Torrin Brown, too, hounding the ball.
Yeah, kind of. I think Maher kind of wanted a foul, and I think he was kind of complaining to the ref. It looked weird. It looked like a weird shot that he would usually hit. As that ball is airmailed.
I think it just slipped out of his hands.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't know if even Justin Jefferson could have caught that pass right there. As now Rockhurst will take it. A lot of turnovers for both teams. I believe 4 or 5 for both teams just in this first half. So both teams got to kind of pick up that slack a little bit. And now is Maher. He checks in. Carson Jones on him.
It's turned into a defensive slugfest for both teams.
Absolutely. Humphrey. Great shot. Great defense, though. Langston Palmer, I believe, got his hand on that, altering the shot. That's that big wingspan of Langston Palmer. He can play perimeter and inside defense, as he shows right there.
Yeah, one thing I'm kind of interested about, I don't know if Missouri High School Sports has a shot clock. Obviously, Nebraska, NSAA implementing that.
Great cut, but a block. Dylan Clausen. And now in transition, Rischel. He'll slow it down. Prep looking for a good shot. Palmer will drive. Great take. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Kind of shorthands it. So now Rockhurst. In transition, Humphrey, 2 men on him. Got it to go.
Now back to what I was saying after Dylan Clausen's amazing block. I don't know if they have a shot clock in Missouri, and you can kind of see that kind of affecting Rockhurst's play style.
A turnover again for Creighton Prep. The sloppiness right now is showing. It's 12-11. Thankfully, Rockhurst isn't getting as many points as they should be off the Prep turnovers, as Langston Palmer will check out.
Obviously, you can tell Langston's a little frustrated with that layup. That's something they practice every day, those kind of hop-step layups. And obviously, he was wide open on the layup.
Yeah.
He just kind of short-armed it.
And now Maher for 3. Got it. That's his 3rd 3 of the game. Brady Maher has 9 of Rockhurst's 15, and it's all been 3s.
Yeah, he's heating up. I mean, he's getting animated too. He's letting Carson Jones and Torrin, who's guarding him, he's letting them know.
Dylan Clausen with the rip through and the finish. Dylan Clausen, he's got a couple buckets in the game and some steals and blocks too. He's having his impact in the first half. Luke Johnson driving on Brown. Corner, Spockman will drive, a floater, no good, and tried to save it, and it's out of bounds. It will be Creighton Prep ball.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of interesting. I didn't know if they were going to call it that it hit Jones on the way out of bounds, and he had his
It looked
foot
a
on the
little
line
weird,
or something like that.
So now Emmett Knight will bring it up the floor. 3:37 left to go in the first half. Knight dribbles in the defender. He'll kick it. Jones for 3. No good.
Yeah, Prep has not been able to find
I don't
the
think
3
they've
ball.
hit a 3 yet today.
They need to find it if they want to win this game.
That's what we know. Creighton Prep, great shooters. And, oh, what a finish. Brady Maher has 11 on the night. He's looking unstoppable right now.
Yeah, he's heating up. He's feeling it. He's kind of using that Creighton Prep momentum against him. Prep knows he can shoot the 3 ball, and Obviously, they're going to pump fake it and kind of get by that,
Yeah,
and then he's gone.
As Emmett Knight with a tough finish there. He looked for a man, just saw he had an open hoop, and he shot it. So
good finger roll.
Great finger roll. Creighton Prep down by 2. Maher, he's been cooking, and there is a steal. Great help defense by P.J. Newbill. On the floor is Jones. No timeout is called. Now they call a timeout. So Prep gets the steal. That's the stop that they needed. Now down 2. We'll see what Prep can do off that forced turnover that they just got.
They need to find a big momentum 3. I feel like that's the one thing kind of holding them back right now is kind of a huge 3 from either Joey Rischel, Carson Jones, maybe even Torrin or something like
Dylan Clausen, yeah.
Because all those guys can shoot the rock.
Absolutely. Creighton Prep as a team shooting 36% from 3. They haven't yet to hit a 3, and we know Creighton Prep being with some dead-eye shooters like Rischel and Carson Jones, but both of those guys 0 of 2. They haven't even really gotten looks to shoot the 3. Rockhurst has played some tough defense, hence Creighton Prep only having 15 points in this first half.
Way different than last night, Benson. Last night was an offensive slugfest. There was really no defense until later in the second quarter, and then obviously kind of Creighton Prep running away with it at the end. But this game kind of opposite. Other than Maher, being hot from the 3-point line and getting by people with nice, change of speeds, dribble moves. It's been kind of a defensive slugfest.
It's been unpredictable for Maher. He's either going to shoot or he'll drive, but he's got 11 of Rockhurst's 17. Now Rischel in the corner. He gets trapped again, and that ball is thrown away. That's the second time Rischel has been trapped in the corner as Prep tries to get the steal back. They don't. Spockman will dribble. Now he tries to get trapped in the corner. They get away, though, this time.
Yeah, Rockhurst is making Prep really uncomfortable with those kind of full-court press guard pickups, making him get by them with dribble moves.
Here's Carson. Spockman. Kind of been quiet tonight. Their leading scorer on the team. Gives Clausen a fake, loses the ball. Gets it back. It was tipped, so it is not a travel. But 5 seconds left on the shot clock. They got to get a shot up. Humphrey. Spin. What a block by Clausen. His second block of the game. Now in transition is Newbill. He'll slow it down. Good choice. They try to tap in the corner, but he gets away. Jones will drive. Clausen tonight. Prep kind of slowing it down. But here's Newbill. Corner 3. No good. Clausen tries to get the rebound. And it'll stay here. Great hustle by Clausen and a great block by him. His second block of the game.
Yeah, obviously that's the shot if you want from Newbill. Obviously, Coach Lukey, he knows his shooters. He knows who can shoot it, who is more kind of on the inconsistent part of it.
Wow, what a play right there. That's Brian Humphrey with the steal and throws it off Knight. I believe that's Prep's 6th or 7th turnover just in this first half. Lukey's definitely going to get his guys into halftime. Talk to his guys about that. We already know.
I've heard rumors of Coach Lukey's halftime speeches, and figure this one's not going to be the happiest and proud moments.
The shot there by Robinson is no good, so Prep will control it. And Creighton Prep with all the turnovers still only down by 2 points. Newbill will drive in traffic, got it, and ties the game. P.J. Newbill, a couple layups on the night.
Yeah, he's got to get hot. Last night he started off with a dunk, got a half-court steal, started with a nice dunk to kind of get the momentum in Creighton Prep's favor, and kind of never looked back. They're going to need either a dunk or big momentum play. They've gotten blocks, but they got to cash in on those blocks.
There's Maher, corner 3, no good. He's been hot all night as he gets the steal and transition. Kind of a lazy bounce pass right there. Prep, another turnover for them, but it is still a tie game.
Yeah,
luckily for them.
Prep's they're getting lucky. Like, they're getting stops on the defensive end, but they're just turning it over.
And Maher, he's been their scorer tonight, but no good there. And that's a easy foul right there. That's Brian Humphrey will pick up the foul on P.J. Newbill.
Kind of, Rockhurst has played really aggressive, picking up guards in transition. They're limiting Prep's transition game. We know that it's not really the strongest for them. They struggled against Southeast and West Side in transition. That's what kind of kept those teams in the game. And it wasn't until, Prep hitting low shot clock time threes and huge and one, stuff like that, that really separated the game.
That one just off the hands of Emmett Knight. Coach Lukey takes a seat. Looks like he's done. The 8th or 9th turnover for Creighton Prep just in this first half. They're going to need this halftime break. And
regroup. They need to regroup.
Absolutely. And we know Creighton Prep, if they get a run, they're not really going to look back if they can get some points on the board, but you got to at least put up a shot to get some points on the board. Rockhurst has played some terrific defense, forcing these turnovers.
I would honestly look, if I'm Coach Luke here, or assistant coach Mr. Stessman, I'd look and put in a guy like Marquise Tolliver. Guy that can
He's
handle
a great
the rock
ball
and
handler, yeah.
makes good decisions and is aggressive. He pushes the ball and he will go in. He doesn't care if you're as tall as Trinell Parker. He will go and try to get the and one and finish. We've seen him finish those types of buckets. We've also seen him kind of throw up lazy shots and stuff that gets easily rejected. But we need right now the junior Jays need ball security. And if you're Rockhurst, you need to cash in on your steals.
Yeah,
this game could be completely different. You could have a 10-point lead going in the locker room if you're cashing in on these steals.
Yeah, Crane Prep not looking like the number 3 team in the state that they are ranked. Sloppy performance in the first half, but Crane Prep is kind of a second half team, basketball-wise and football-wise too.
All sport-wise.
Yeah. As this will likely be the last possession of the first half if everything goes well for Rockhurst. And bouncing it is Robinson, and Lamley will bring it up the court.
Yeah, I'd look, obviously, you kind of want to hold the ball for last shot. Let's see how, I kind of want to see how this shot clock kind of affects Rockhurst's, not shot clock, excuse me.
Game clock.
Yeah, the game clock.
Now on the Jones is Humphrey. He'll fire a deep 3, air ball, and that will be the end of the first half. So a 17-17 performance. Both teams kind of sloppy offensively. We will see if they can pick it up in the second half, and we will be back. We welcome you back to the Hyder Center for a senior night matchup between Rockhurst and Creighton Prep. Jack Coholt alongside Emory Evans. Well, if you came to watch this game for a high-scoring game, high-scoring match, you saw the ball dribble out of bounds a lot of times. It's a 17-7 first-half score. A lot of turnovers, Jack. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of got all my thoughts out in the first half. I know Coach Lukey, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He ripped them at halftime, 100%.
Probably.
He knows that this is not the time where you take your foot off the gas. I mean, you have good wins. You're getting ready to probably host the district. All you have to do is beat Millard South their next game. And you're a top 4 seed, and you're probably going to host maybe a team like Lincoln Southwest who has had good wins, beating South. I think they beat Southeast. I can't remember. It was a while ago. But they have good staple wins too. You just got to be able to stay hot. We know what happened last year in the district final. That game went to 3 overtimes, and that was the shot clock game.
And snooze fest.
That's the reason why there are now shot clocks in SA basketball. But they need to step on the gas. They know they're better talent-wise. They know they can shoot the ball. They just got to work inside out. They got to get the ball into Clausen, Trinnell. PJ needs to drive and kick. They need to get it out to Rieschel and Carson Jones. And if they're not hitting threes, okay, well, then go put the ball on yourself. Just go and put the ball in the hoop.
Yeah,
down low.
There hasn't really been a scorer for Creighton Prep. For Rockhurst, it's been Brady Maher. He's got 11 of their 17 points. Creighton Prep, it's just kind of been 2 or 4 points, and it's just been in transition, or Rieschel has a couple free throws. So Prep hasn't made a 3 in that first. They didn't make a 3 in that first half either. They put up really only, I think it was about 5 threes. 4 or 5 threes that they put up. So Rockhurst has played good, tough defense, and they forced Prep 8 turnovers just in that first half. Prep has 17 points. So we know Coach Lukey, he's a terrific high school coach. He talks to his guys. This is a new setting. Prep may have came into this game thinking, oh, this might be an easy win for us, end of the season. We've only got 2 games left on the year. But they got to take each game seriously, especially narrowing down towards the end of the year.
Yeah. I want to see, one thing I want to see from both teams, I want to see Rockhurst cash in on turnovers because this game can break wide open for them if they do.
Absolutely.
Prep-wise, fast, not too fast. Push the ball in transition when you're up a man. Don't push the ball in transition when you're down a man. We can trust guys like PJ Newbill who can go up and make tough layups. Same with Joey. We've seen it in recent games. But they got to be able to get the easy buckets, the easy threes, the catch them on the 5-out. And I don't know if Rockhurst is going to go to a zone because both teams have been in man the whole game. And it's honestly been a boring game to watch because the ball hasn't really gone in the hoop that many times.
Yeah. But you got to give credit to Rockhurst, too. Defensively, they've been getting back in transition off those Prep steals. So both teams kind of struggled a little bit. A lot of turnovers, especially for Creighton Prep. And we know Lukey got into his guys. It's going to be a new team. And here we go. The start of the second half. Already tight defense. That's Brady Maher with Emmett Knight on him. Emmett Knight dribbling it out, looking for something. He'll hit Jones. Rockhurst playing tough defense. Jones, and there is a steal. Ball flying around. Not a steal. Emmett Knight will push it. Newbill on the wing. Prep will slow it down. Here's Clausen. Almost another steal. Newbill. He'll fake. Clausen for 3. On the wing, no good. Prep almost had 2 turnovers on that possession.
Yeah.
Again, sloppy play.
You probably heard my sigh. I didn't mean for it to be that loud, but it's just it's sloppy basketball. It's like I know I should probably it's YMCA. I feel like I'm watching YMCA basketball right now. Like it's just turnovers.
It's not Class A men's high school basketball, especially Prep being the number 3 team in the state. That's a great pass, but no good on the finish.
That's what Rockhurst needs to convert. Stealing the ball, creating turnovers, pressuring them defensively, and then getting back in transition and putting the ball in the hoop. That's what they need to do.
Clausen will kick it. Reach on the corner for 3. Trying to get something. He's 0 of 3 from threes in the game. 0 points for 0 threes made for Joey Rieschel.
Yeah, I like how Rockhurst, they're going that 5-out for 1 in, 4-out 1 in, and trying to catch someone sleeping on their assignment.
Yeah, both teams playing some physical defense, not letting anybody get any good look. As here's Carson. He'll set. He'll drive. No good. And on the ground is Jones. Takes a hard fall, but there's Clausen with the block. As I think a foul will be on Emmett Knight.
Yeah, Jones hit the deck hard.
Yeah. Refs really haven't been blowing their whistle a lot. It's kind of been letting them play.
Which is good. That's sometimes you need just to let them play at the end of the day.
Especially for already a low-scoring game as Maher Off the pick, great pass on the block, and there's Clausen again. 4 blocks on the game for Dylan Clausen. Having his impact defensively. We'll see what Prep can do on offense now.
Yeah, Prep needs to create a lot more backdoor opportunities with Rockhurst guarding them and face guarding.
Great spin move by Joey Rischel. That's the first points of the half for both teams as we are 2 minutes in. Rischel, no threes made, but he's got a couple free throws and now a good jumper.
A lot of off-ball movement, trying to create threes from Maher from the Rockhurst.
And there's a steal. Great defense. Carson Jones, PJ Newbill in transition. And wow. Oh, they do call a foul.
I didn't
We
hear the
may not hear
whistle.
the whistle.
Wow,
But a foul is called. PJ Newbill, again, might have a breakaway dunk, but great transition defense there. That's Miles Carson who will pick up the foul. And Newbill at the line for 2.
Don't get me wrong, I love the PJ Newbill dunks, but you also have to be careful, right?
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to go up and something happen going up in the dunk. You know, we know he's got balance. He can jump out of the gym, but he's got to watch out for himself too.
Yeah. I believe his sophomore year, I think he broke his leg or tore his ACL.
Yeah, he did.
Which
It was a rough time for him.
Cut him out his sophomore year, and then last year obviously played on varsity too. Newbill trying to get at least 1 free throw to give Prep a 3-point lead, and he does. So Creighton Prep up 20-17, 5 minutes and 36 seconds. As Rockhurst on the block, there's great defense. Dylan Clausen, what a terrific defensive game he's had so far. As the pass by Newbill to Jones, and the foul. Woo! It's kind of hard to hear the whistle, but Carson Jones with the layup. Great transition offense. Defense turn to offense. Creighton Prep, that's what they need.
Yeah, that was a great. You know, I thought Newbill was going to go up with it himself. And kind of Carson Jones was kind of surprised too. He had that late dish off, kind of go to Jones. Everybody thought Newbill was going to go up for it, but great look there from PJ Newbill to kind of give that and one and give the Junior Jays a 6-point lead.
Yeah, Carson Jones converts the and one play. As now Rockhurst, no points scored yet in the first half. Their offense has been pretty silent. As behind the back, not sure what that was, but in the 3 is Lamley. In and out, rebound, no good, gets his rebound, and that's Thomas Coppinger on the block. Kind of a weird behind the back shot it looked like from Carson.
A jelly or something. Yeah. I thought he was going to kind of go behind the back, I think finish with his right, but kind of lost the ball in transition.
And now Jones on the wing. He's tightly guarded, as he has been all game. No 3-pointers made yet for Creighton Prep in this entire game. Newbill will drive. Great help defense. Hooked on the arm. Ball flying around. Rischel, jab step. He'll drive. On the block. Rischel. And no good. Rebound by Spockman. Rischel kind of down. 4 on 5 now. The look to push that. Great bounce pass. And there it is. That's Coppinger again. Back-to-back buckets on the block.
A 6-0 run for the Junior Jays followed by a 4-0 run from Rockhurst. So this game kind of going back and forth offensively now.
As it kind of has been all game. It's been way closer than we thought it would be, as Clausen is blocked. Great defense by Carson. So now Rockhurst on a little run. They'll kind of slow it down. Lamley, tightly guarded by Rischel. He'll dribble, looking for something. Screen set. On the baseline now. Great defense by Prep. Coppinger. There's Humphrey, he checked in. Humphrey, spin move. No good on the shot. Great move, but unable to get the shot to go.
Yeah, I thought he was going to kind of go for a kind of fadeaway jumper from the free throw line, but no, kind of spin and try to step through.
Emmett Knight looking for something, and a timeout is called by Lukey. Emmett Knight kind of panicking there. Looked for one of his guys. As a smart timeout is called by Coach Lukey. That's the first time out of the half. So 23-21. We just saw Prep on a little 6-0 run, followed by Rockhurst with a 4-0 run. I mean, both teams are kind of – it's been back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna give kind of the kryptonites of each team what I'm kind of seeing right now. For Prep, if they want to run away with this, the face guarding is good from Rockhurst. It's making Prep uncomfortable, but you can't get too aggressive. You're going to start fouling. But another thing, you're going to get back cut a lot more. We saw Dylan Clausen run from the half-court line to the free throw line completely unguarded with a trap because on Emmett Knight.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful, because if Emmett Knight gets that ball off, and he did, right, and he gives it to Clausen, then you got to start being like, okay, we got to kind of calm it down.
Yeah.
Those back cut opportunities are going to happen a lot more because at the end of the day, as a defender, you're adapting to the offense. You're adapting to the guy you are guarding, and the guy you are guarding already knows what he's going to do. So you got to find a way to counter it, and you can't get too aggressive. For Rockhurst, it's got to be able to cash in. I've said it all game. Kind of surprised that they really haven't kind of got anything started on offense except in the last 30 seconds, but they got to keep going.
Yeah, Maher had 11 of the first half points for Rockhurst. He sits down. Nothing in this second half as Torrin Brown will check in alongside with Trinell Parker.
There's that half-court trap they were just doing to Emmett Knight.
And he gets it to Newbill. Newbill kind of hesitates, and that bounces off. It'll stay here. 8 seconds on the shot clock for Creighton Prep.
You cannot, if you're Rockhurst, you cannot get caught sleeping. Because if you get caught with that half-court trap and they get out of it, then you're going to leave probably a guy like Rischel or Clausen wide open at the top of the key with 3 seconds on the shot clock.
2 seconds. I don't know if Parker even knows, but he'll shoot a shot. No good. Newbill tried to get the offensive rebound. Great defense. It's been tough defense by really both teams.
Yeah.
That's why it's not a very high-scoring game as Humphrey with the ball puts a nice crossover on Newbill. Up top is Spockman. He's been kind of quiet. In the corner, Rockhurst moving it around. On the wing is Lamley with Parker on him. Great help defense by Rischel. Now Rockhurst just kind of moving the ball around. Spockman trying to drive on Clausen. Great job staying still. Dylan Clausen has 4 blocks on the night and a couple steals. As that one almost a turnover through the hands. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Spockman drives on Clausen. Great defense by Dylan Clausen. Couldn't get the block, but he forces the rough shot. And now Rischel with Parker. Great defense there. That's Lamley with the steal. Parker trying to gave him the ball there. And now Rockhurst will slow it down.
Trinell was kind of looking, we've seen those poster dunks that have kind of flipped games on its head. He was kind of looking for that spin, and obviously he had the size advantage into the paint, so he's kind of looking for something there.
Has a tough shot by Lamley. Again, it's Clausen defensively stopping that shot. Now Clausen has it on the block. He'll drive into the contact, and they'll call a foul on the floor.
Yeah. Prep's got to be able to absorb this contact. I mean, they're getting played really. It's a really physical defense from Rockhurst, and they kind of have to use Rockhurst's position against them. They're obviously Rockhurst doing great hands-up defense, but they got to be able to kind of throw the shoulder in, not much to where you're going to get called for a charge, but enough where you can go in, kind of lean in, sell the and one, and get the bucket.
Langston Palmer checks in for Creighton Prep. Trinell Parker will take a seat, and now. In the corner is Rischel. He tries for a 3. No good. Rischel still looking for his first 3 made as the ball will stay here.
Langston Palmer, good job trying to get the rebound. We couldn't really see it from up here, so I don't know if it was really off Langston. Obviously, Rockhurst head coach kind of unhappy. And that's
an easy call right there.
Yeah.
Newbill will go to the line again off the inbounds play. 23-21. Still a low-scoring game, as 1 minute and 45 seconds are left in this third quarter. Newbill at the line. We saw him convert 1 of 2 earlier. And that one rims off.
Yeah, they got to be able to, especially in districts in the state tournament, they got to be able to convert these easy free throws to give you 2 possession leads. Because at the end of the day, when teams are going on runs, you got to be able to have leads where, okay, I can get to the free throw line. I'm consistently hitting these shots.
As Newbill gets the second one to go. So now Prep is up by 3 points. But we see how fast the game can change as Langston Palmer, terrific on-ball defense, ball on the ground. Rockhurst has to call a timeout. Fans not happy. I think it should have been a jump ball. It looked like both teams kind of had a hand on the ball. But nonetheless, a timeout by Rockhurst is called. There's Langston Palmer showing himself defensively.
That's one of those things that doesn't show up on the stat sheet like you said earlier. That's straight up, I'm going to go after you. I think I'm more physical than you are. I play better defense than you play offense. And he knows when to attack a player. Obviously in the corner, Langston's kind of got him. Okay, what's his dominant hand? Where does he not like to go? Obviously that's a film thing, right? That's what you pick on the week of practice. And obviously, this game, a quick turnaround from last night, probably didn't have a lot of film to watch. And Coach Lukey probably preached that last night, like, hey, go get in your iPads, go watch some film, get a read on these guys. Because I think Rockhurst, they've had a couple of days to kind of look at Prep, what they run. Prep runs a lot of 5-out, kind of give their 3-point shooters a chance to work. But they also work inside to out. Same with Rockhurst. They work kind of out to in. They try to feed the ball inside. They try to get you mismatched, so then you're down in the paint, down a guy.
One thing that is very noticeable, Creighton Prep has not hit a single three tonight.
Yeah.
It's all been free throws or inside the paint, really.
See Rockhurst getting the jump ball, so their ball to start these last minute and 30 seconds of the third quarter.
24-21. Creighton Prep a 3-point lead. As great on-ball defense by Palmer. Kind of scrambling around. Langston alters the shot. Great defense again. And he picks up the rebound.
Yeah, that's got to be
loose
a
ball
foul.
and a foul. That's Coppinger picking up another foul. Langston Palmer, smile on his face.
Yeah, he knows that he's impacting this game, and obviously, everybody wants Langston to play.
Yeah.
He's been great, obviously, the last 3 games that he's played, and he's impacted this game more on the defensive end, making teams uncomfortable. He's the guy that's face guarding. He's the guy that's forcing you to go to erection. He's the one that's making you think, okay, I got to keep this ball tight to my body. And if you're kind of trying to control the offense, you look up, Langston's taking that ball and going right to the rim.
Torrin Brown drives. No good on the finish. Coppinger the rebound. And back to Langston Palmer.
Ooh, Joey almost got a steal there.
Almost a transition steal. Langston Palmer, a senior, is his first year on varsity. Finally got some minutes.
He worked his way up the ranks, too.
Yeah. As a shot on the baseline, that was Robinson. No good. Offensive rebound, though. Spockman looking for something. Still.
Good reset here by Rockhurst.
Yeah. Shot clock will reset. Great on-ball defense again. That's that's Moylan. We haven't really seen much of him. Now driving. Robinson. Looking. 13 seconds. Coppinger. Great defense. PJ Newbill. This might be the breakaway dunk. Oh, man.
We hyped it up too much.
Yeah.
We hyped it up too much.
I think PJ Newbill, his eyes lit up when he saw he had a chance. But now they got to get back on defense. He tries to get the steal there. Great defense again for 3. No good. That's Luke Johnson with the rebound. Shot clock will reset, and there's a foul. He got a little too excited there, PJ Newbill. He got a little too excited too, but you saw the coaching staff of Creighton Prep. I saw Mr. Sessman. He slammed his foot on the ground. He did not like that.
No.
But
I don't know. It kind of looked like there was a little bit of contact after the dunk. I mean, obviously when you turn the ball over, you get a little frustrated. But I don't know if it was a purposeful foul, because obviously then we go to kind of have to look at be like, okay, is that on purpose? Because if it is, that's technically a technical foul.
Yeah.
So
4 seconds left in this third quarter. They'll take the last shot of the game in the corner for 3. Oh, wow! Cooper Scott at the buzzer ties the game going into the fourth quarter, 24-24. Wow, what can you say? Cooper Scott, hand in his face, fading away in the corner. That's a big shot. Now the momentum is here for Rockhurst.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen, when Prep plays away games, obviously we can't broadcast them for you, so this gives me Millard North vibes. Yeah. Prep hit a lot of buzzer beater threes. Joey hit one in the third quarter from basically the equivalent of the Junior J logo at Millard North. Carson Jones hit one, kind of a prayer that he threw up at the end of the first quarter to give Prep a 3-point lead. So I've seen what that momentum can do, and Rockhurst needs every bit of it to come down this last 8-minute stretch. Yeah,
and speaking of buzzer beaters, that is the second buzzer beater of the game for Rockhurst. Off a 3-point shot. That was not your typical 3-point shot, kind of forced to put it up at the last couple of seconds. So it's 24-24. It's been a low-scoring game. Now, one thing is Prep kind of slowed down the turnovers. They didn't have as many turnovers, but they didn't put up many shots, and that's been the terrific defense by Rockhurst.
Yeah, I mean, Rockhurst is that old-school team that, defense wins championships. We don't care if you're going to come down, hit fadeaway jumpers, and get to the rack, dunk. Prep can do that, but at the end of the day, you got to get by your defender to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So what I've seen a lot of is that Rockhurst, when they're on offense, they're trying to screen Langston, because they know that if the guy who has the ball and is guarded by Langston Palmer, we got to create some space in order to get this offense working. We've kind of seen it, but they need to do a little bit more than just screen Langston. They got to be able to do double screens, back cuts, 5 out, catch people sleeping, pass and cut, stuff like that.
And now Rockhurst. One stat I did look up, Rockhurst only averages 33 points a game as a team. They've only got 24, so that was one thing. They had to play great defense to hold Prep down, and that's what they've been doing. 24-24, Rockhurst has the ball. Up top, it's
High ball
Maher.
screen.
Maher was kind of quiet that third half. Great
Ooh.
shake on Richo, and he drives. Put back, no good. Ball kind of flying around, but in the hands of Joey Richo. Great
Defense again.
defense. Yeah, Langston Palmer. He'll drive, kind of having to slow it down, loses the ball. And that's a turnover. Not what you want for Creighton Prep. Great Euro step. That's Maher. Brady Maher in transition. I just talked about him kind of being quiet in that third quarter, but he gets the first bucket for the fourth quarter for Rockhurst. Great pump fake by Torrin Brown for three. The first three-pointer of the game for Creighton Prep comes from Torrin Brown, your unlikely source in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Prep played Omaha Westview. Torrin, 4 straight possessions, 4 straight threes all in a row.
Speaking of threes, it's Maher, no good. As Newbill kind of takes a fall. Offensive rebound, Torrin Brown tried to get the steal. There's Coppinger. He'll kind of slow it down. Shot clock will reset off the offensive rebound. Luke Johnson will control it.
Yeah, they need to, both teams need to kind of control their nerves here. You know, okay, control the pace. We need to kind of get last-second shots.
As a timeout is called by Rockhurst and their coaching staff. So Creighton Prep, they get their first 3 of the game, making it 27-26. Now, defensively, they got to get a stop and they got to get a bucket. They've been getting stops, but they haven't been getting buckets.
So if you're Rockers, you probably come out here and you're like, okay, they're going to keep Palmer's off the floor so we can kind of create a little bit more space. We know we're not going to get guarded as tightly. However, I've seen Torrin play great defense. I've seen PJ play great defense. These guys, Joey plays really good defense.
Dylan Clausen, too, on the block.
Yeah.
He has 4 blocks today.
But Prep's got to be able to limit the second, third, fourth, fifth chance points that Rockhurst has had. Most of them have been tip-in layups, so Prep hasn't been able to get the rebound. Prep's got to be able to limit them to 1 shot, rebound, push the pace. Because that's how they're going to win this game down the stretch of this 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, Prep's got to box out, especially like you said defensively, where it's been a lot of second chance opportunities where they shoot the ball at the end of their shot clock and then they get the rebound, so then the shot clock resets back to 35 seconds, so they have a whole possession basically to get another good look.
Yeah.
As that's kind of been the struggle. Creighton Prep, they slowed down their turnovers. Now, one thing, Rockhurst does have 5 fouls.
Yeah, so you can kind of play a little aggressive in the paint.
Yeah.
Prep's going to go with their starting 5 other than Torrin Carter Brown, who hit the lone 3 for the Junior Jays, is going to sub in for, I believe, number 21, Langston Palmer.
That's right. So Rockhurst will start with the ball, 17 seconds on the shot clock, down by 1 with 6:31 left to go in the game. Rockhurst trying to spoil Creighton Prep senior night. Controlling it is Lamley.
That's one thing you don't want to do when you're a senior. Lose on your senior night. You're always going to remember you don't get a second chance at it.
Absolutely. And now Maher, tightly guarded. There's Carson Jones on him. Lamley with Richo. Looking for something. PJ Newbill. And gets the steal. Newbill now in transition. They call the foul.
Yeah, he kind of got
bumped there by 2 guys. Newbill, he's gone to the free throw line a lot tonight, but he's got to convert these 2. These are 2 big free throws for Creighton Prep as they can go up by 3.
There's one adjustment I want to see. I think PJ knows that the next time he gets a fast break, steal, he needs to
pump fake.
Little pump fake.
Absolutely.
Get those guys to fly by.
As Newbill hits his first free throw, so Prep up by 2. Like you said, that pump fake can do a lot, especially in transitions where those guys are like, I want to get the block.
Yeah.
If you pump fake, get them in the air. Yeah. Newbill with the chance to put Prep up by 3. And that one rims in. So now Prep, like I said, up by 3. 6 minutes left. Kind of playing some trap defense, but they got to get back. And they do.
Yeah, Prep's kind of shown that half-court trap look all year, even though all their ranked opponents kind of picking up towards that Junior J logo and kind of rotating on defense.
There's the elbow jumper by Coppinger. He's been working in the block, but that time he gets the elbow jumper. So now Rockhurst lead back down to 1. Carter Brown, corner 3. Oh, Richo, I know he wanted it, but he does the best choice and dribbles out. And that's an easy steal. Bad pass by Richo. Luke Johnson, foul. Wow.
Ooh,
Brown didn't really even put his hands up or anything, but they call the foul. So now Rockhurst can take the lead at the free throw line. It's Luke Johnson, foul by Carter Brown.
I don't complain about calls that much, but, I mean, Torrin was literally just stood there. He didn't jump, no hands, just kind of.
Looked like he was like, we're going to give him this shot. And we're going to let him get at the free throw line as he misses the first one.
And this is where the Junior J Birdcage usually, this is their specialty the second half. The reason why this gym is designed to go east-west is because they put the student section right behind the visitor second half basket. So, you know, they can kind of do those distractions. We've seen it work all year, especially in big games.
Yeah.
So
this gym has been kind of dead all game long as Johnson now ties the game at 29. 5:34 left in this game on senior night. Creighton Prep trying to avoid this upset. Team from Kansas City trying to come to Omaha, Nebraska. That one is off the foot of Carter Brown. Great defense.
yeah, that's a great kind of getting your hand in at the right time. Obviously, Carter Brown he did want a foul for a reach, but obviously does not get one.
Yeah, we've seen Brown kind of make a couple turnovers, but he did hit that big three, which is why he's in right now. And for his defense, too, he's played some great defense.
Yeah, Rockhurst has played really good passing lane defense, kind of picking everything off in the passing lane. They've really given no chance to swing the ball.
Maher, off balance three, no good, but there's the offensive rebound by Carson, and Rockhurst takes the lead, 31-29, second chance points.
Definition of this game right now. Rockhurst getting rebounds, Prep not boxing out, kind of.
And that's a foul. Try to go for the steal, but a reaching foul will be called.
Actually,
that's on Brady Maher.
Off-ball foul. Number 10, Brady Maher was guarding P.J. Newbill. I believe that was a off-ball foul, but will shoot the free throws.
Yeah, Brown will shoot. Now Creighton Prep in the bonus, which is big. Prep only has 3 fouls in this half. Rockhurst now picking up their 7th. So Carter Brown, we'll see what he can do at the line. First trip at the free throw line tonight. 1-1. First one goes in.
Mr. Palmer will check back in.
For
Carson Jones has been quiet.
Yeah. Jones and Rischel combined 0 threes tonight. Only 1 3 has been made, and that's the man at the free throw line, Torrin Carter Brown.
That's usually the Prep 1-2 punch in the
Yeah.
three ball of those two guys.
Especially in that fourth quarter when they were kind of slow, they pick it up really in the second half as Brown will get subbed out. Gave him some great minutes. Emmett Knight will check in. So 31-31, under 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Put your defenders in the game and let them go to work.
That's what they're doing, especially if they can't get anything offensively. Luke Johnson, guarded by Knight. Now Maher. He's got 13 on the night. The leading scorer tonight for Rockhurst.
I look for a switch with Langston Palmer to Maher.
Maher wanted the 3. Great defense there by Newbill. There's Lamley. He's tightly guarded. Rischel on him. Now 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Great defense by Creighton Prep. Kind of scrambling for a shot. He'll throw it up and gets the foul. I believe it's on the floor, though, so he will not be shooting free throws.
Both teams, I mean, it's been a game where both teams have been physical with one another. And, you know, with the call on Carter Brown and then that one on Rischel, I believe the Rischel one a little bit more. You could call a foul.
That one, a jump ball. Great steal, Dylan Clausen. P.J. Newbill in transition. He'll kind of slow it down. Prep trying to get a good shot. Rischel's been really quiet from the free throw line. 0 threes made, like we've said. Langston Palmer. Knight. Clausen. Off the foot, and that will be a turnover.
Lukey looks like he's going to throw that ball 1,000 feet in the air.
He might drop kick that ball, and people better watch out in the stands. As Lukey, you've looked at him, he's been upset all game, but he has every reason to be upset with this team.
Coach Lukey's known that, you know, he's got a temper.
Yeah.
You know, he can remain cool a lot of the times, in like every coach that coaches any high school, college, or professional sport, it's their job to argue the calls, not the players. So he's keeping us cool, which is needed.
And there's a finish. That one looking for contact, but they call the foul on the arm instead of maybe the shot were. So refs kind of blowing the whistle a lot more in this fourth quarter than what they did in the first 2, maybe 3 quarters.
That's what I'm not understanding. I mean, you know, it's the ref's job, you know, to.
And they see the floor differently from what we do up here.
True.
But now inbounding it. There's Carson. A fadeaway shot, no good. Ball flying around, and it will stay here. Creighton Preps, they can't get a loose ball.
No, they can't. They're everything's bouncing the opposite way for them.
Just an unlucky game.
Yeah.
For Creighton Prep, but here's Spockman, their leading scorer, but he's been kind of quiet tonight. with Carson Jones on him. He'll try to make a move. In the corners, Carson for three. No good, and there's the rebound. Joey Rischel.
Rockhurst bench wanted a foul on that three-point shot. That would have been a way different game if that foul's called.
Absolutely. Kind of slows the game down as Rischel will drive through contact. Gets the foul. And one. Joey Rischel. A big shot for Creighton Prep as he can get 3 points here at the line. Rischel, a tough finish through contact.
Prep needs that. They needed this game. They needed a huge play, and obviously one of their senior captains out of the two, Ed Huebner being the other, and Joey Rischel being the other captain. You know, that's in your captain to step up and make plays.
Especially Joey Rischel, where not only he's not shooting the ball well, but he's saying, hey, I can make impact on other shots. As he can't get the free throw, which is kind of unlike him, but now Rockhurst down by 2. Tight defense by Newbill. Maher dribbling. Carson.
Maher kind of wanted that back cut out of one of his guards and didn't get it. Tightly guarded by P.J. Newbill.
Now he'll avoid the screen. Luke Johnson. Coppinger trying to set him a screen, but Johnson's fading away. Tight defense. 9 seconds now on the shot clock. Tight defense by Creighton Prep. 5 seconds on the block. No good. Loose ball. Carson Jones back in the hands. And there's a pass. And they wave off the shot. A shot clock violation. Great defensive possession by Creighton Prep right there.
Now this is where this momentum can go back to Prep. You get a shot clock violation, which is huge because it means you're feeling it on defense and you're limiting everything. Nothing's working. Emmett Knight, huge defensive possession for him.
Yeah.
You know, forcing him into that corner. He couldn't even set him a screen.
Yeah.
The defense was so tight. So they need to cash in here.
Yeah, 35 seconds is a lot of time, but when you get down to 10, you kind of rush your shot. As Emmett Knight will bring it up. Newbill up top, moving the ball. Carson Jones for 3. There it is, Carson Jones. His first three-pointer of the night, and it comes at the best time possible as a Rockhurst timeout. Creighton Prep going on a run, leading by 5.
This is where this game needs to flip on its head. Obviously, Joey Reese with a huge and one and put the Junior Jays back in the game. And then the huge steal, great defense by Emmett Knight, shot clock violation. Carson Jones says, "You know what? I'm gonna hit the 3 myself," and puts it in the cup.
We know Carson Jones, Joey Rischel, their best shooters. They were quiet all night, like we've been saying. But that is as best of a time to hit a 3 as any other time in this game. Giving Prep a 2-possession lead, where that might be the first 2-possession lead they've had all game.
Well, they went on that early 6-0 run early in the second half. But I mean, ever since then, it's been a trading buckets game. Obviously, we've said, you know, hopefully you guys took the under at home. This has been not a offensive game at all. It's been, I feel like there's been more turnovers and loose balls and
especially in that first
rebounds than there have been points scored.
Creighton Prep went into the half only putting up 17 points, but they had 8 turnovers. So they've slowed down the turnovers. Now the fouls have picked up really for both teams, especially Rockhurst, where in the first half there was not many fouls being called. But those Prep being in the bonus, that can be big now for them as they're in 1-1. But Prep up by 5, a big 3 by Carson Jones. And a big play by Joey Rischel, too, to get that and 1, because that kind of changed the momentum for Creighton Prep.
Yeah, now, if you're Coach Lukey, okay, you got 5, right? You know, the bonus is by 7, right? I don't want to make a mistake.
7 is the bonus,
So if it gets down to the point where this game comes down to 1 shot, Rockhurst down 3 points, Langston Palmer goes in, Torn Carter Brown goes in.
And a travel call, that's a big turnover by Rockhurst coming out of the timeout. Prep forcing the turnover. Go ahead with what you were saying.
I mean, if this game comes down to, you know, Rockhurst needs a 3 to tie it and then obviously call a timeout or something like that, that's when you put in Langston Palmer, Emmett Knight, Torn Carter Brown. You just let them do their thing on defense.
Man-to-man press right now by Rockhurst. Prep will easily break it. Knight will push, but they'll kind of slow it down now. P.J. Newbill, he'll put a move on. He'll bump. Great pass on the block. Jones kicks it. Rischel, pump fake for 3. That one is blocked. But Jones with the rebound. Newbill will step in, and a turnover. Great steal right there. And now it's Humphrey trying to drive. Great pump fake and a block. Dylan Clausen, but for 3 is Lamley. It's in.
Yeah.
A big 3 by Brandon Lamley, the junior. Lead now cut down to 2.
Great pass by Emma Knight to get this ball back in the other end of the court.
Newbill, they try to trap.
You don't need to force a three here. You just need a bucket.
Jones has a lane. Knight won't shoot it. They'll give it to Riechel. 13 seconds now on the shot clock. Riechel, open lane, drives. That one goes off of his knee. And a turnover.
Yeah, those hop steps usually, you know, consistent in Langston Palmer, Joey Riechel, that's usually their bread and butter finish move is the hop step, get in, and then obviously the right-handed finish. But it's been just kicking off their legs.
We've seen that a couple times where they've tried to do the hop step and it just goes off their knee. So a turnover. Rockhurst has a chance to tie it or take the lead here with this possession. Lamley for three. No good. Back iron, but an offensive rebound. That one sent back. Rebound by Johnson. Shot clock will reset. Maher, pump fakes. On the block, Newbill again. Back-to-back defensive plays. PJ Newbill getting this birdcage hype just when the time is needed. Under a minute now to play.
He says, I'm not losing on my senior night. He's doing everything he can in his power to have his presence marked on this game.
And he did that there. We've seen a lot of blocks by Creighton Prep. Corner three, no. Shot fake. Spin move. Through contact, no good. And there's the rebound. 35 seconds left. Rockhurst. There's still a shot clock. 2-second differential between shot clock and game clock. They get the foul.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was going to say, if you're Rockhurst, I mean, you don't need to foul yet, but you're one foul away from the double bonus. So, I mean, PJ, if you're a Rockhurst fan, you hoping that PJ misses these, but I mean,
it's just a 1-and-1 for now. They're only at 9 fouls, so once they get to 10, we'll get to the double bonus. 1-and-1 for Newbill. And gets the first one. PJ Newbill, great defensive plays, though. He had 2 blocks down there. We've seen Dylan Clausen has 5 blocks. Newbill has 2. I think Prep has about 8 blocks on this game, so if Rockhurst is trying to get something inside, Prep has done a great job.
I think Rockhurst is going to go with the timeout here. No.
They won't. 25 seconds left. They got to get a shot. Down by 4.
I thought we were going to get a timeout out of Coach Ludke, maybe sub on Langston Palmer to play these last couple seconds of defense.
They're holding the ball now, wasting time. They can't get a shot. Humphrey, tight defense on him. Lamley for 3, fading away. Air ball. And Clausen saves it. He's fouled. He will go to the line for a double bonus. Great defensive possession, but if you're Rockhurst, you got to get a shot.
Yeah, that kind of – I mean, I don't really know what's going through your head. I thought Rockhurst was going to call a timeout, get an inbounds play set, and kind of set up a quick shot to get 2 points. Because, I mean, you don't really need a 3 yet. There was 45 seconds left, and Prep kind of played great defense. Nothing easy. Yeah,
Rockhurst, they do have 1 timeout, so maybe the coach was trying to save it to maybe they get a quick bucket and then they save the timeout. But Dylan Clausen can give Prep the lead, lead up to 6. 4 seconds left. Prep up by 5. 39-34 has been a very low-scoring game. Clausen's second one is good. So now Rockhurst, 3 seconds left. It's over here. And the 3 is good. So Creighton Prep pulls away when it mattered most on senior night. They get the big win. Terrific win. You got to give credit to a team coming in from Kansas City, coming into Omaha, trying to spoil the senior night. Rockhurst put up a great fight.
Yeah, they did. They played a great game. They knew what Prep was going to try to do, get hot from the three-point range. Prep didn't get hot till 4 minutes left in the game. So, I mean, obviously our cameraman, I think, just showed us that's Creighton Prep's lowest point total this year, 40 points. Obviously, you know, it was rough. Lots of good. It was good defense from both teams, but obviously Prep found the offense when they needed it down the stretch.
If you are a defensive fan, you watched the right game. But absolutely. Anything else to say? Closing notes?
Nope.
All right.
We'll see you for district basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully Prep will host district so we can do a broadcast here. But for everyone, our media crew, Jack Coholt, Emery Evans, we thank you, everyone, and have a safe night. We will talk to you later.